Hey, what's up, guys? It's the One Piece 1021. Today we'll be doing some ranked games with Doflamingo. This will be slightly different than the initial list that I posted. I've been making some tweaks and doing some testing. Some of our differences are the blocker Doflamingo at 2. It's a pretty solid card. We've got 3 Jozu, 3 Grab Blade, and a Perfume Femur. And then 1 Kaido. Everything else is like fairly standard, but that's kind of like some of our like quote unquote options that we can run. A lot of it's just preference and kind of based on what I think the meta will be. But yeah, in general, this is a fairly standard list, I think. But feel free to look over the list, pause the video if you'd like. I do have a deck profile going more into some of the decision making, but this video will actually be some ranked games on the sim. But without further ado, we'll get into the first game. Our first match is a mirror match. That's fitting. We will choose to go first. This is a good hand. We'll keep it. Play our Sengoku. Get Boa. Pass. We'll just put the window here. Alright, they play a buggy. Alright. Let's see. We'll kind of just have to do a blind leader ability, but it worked out. It was fine. We'll do. Yeah, I think Corona is okay. We'll take that next turn. Pass. It's not the best, not gonna lie, but our hand's pretty good. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, play a Sengoku. Their top 3 must not have been too good. Or they just have a different line of play. They get another buggy. Alright, and as I thought, they're just going to go 2 into 2. We'll let it go. And then leader effect. I guess they're doing a blind effect. Getting another buggy. So that's 3 buggies. We'll take this, obviously. Perfume Femur. We don't have to trigger that. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. It probably is just best to Jinbei Boa. So I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, I'll definitely just do that. Jinbei into Boa. We'll draw a 2K and put a Boa on top. It's fine. We'll give a Don to Sengoku. Or no, it's got to be a Warlord character. So we'll go to Dofi. We'll go 2000 into one of the buggies. Just get it off the board. Okay. Well, actually, we'll just clear both buggies, just so they can't get extra value with law. And then I will Perona. Curious to see what else we have. Okay. I mean this is pretty good. So draw, play, draw, play. Seems good to me. Pass. So they'll be on 6/9, so they can't respond with the grab blade or anything like that. So should be alright. We actually have several options that are proactive and reactive next turn. We could Jozu We could play the boa from the top of our deck. There's just a lot of options. Okay, it's fine. But they are down 2 2Ks. I mean, obviously Gecko can recycle, but we know that it's not in their hand. They have one buggy in hand that we know of. Okay, they play down the blocker Dofi. And then I assume they're just gonna leader effects, and that's fine. Jozu doesn't look too bad, but I kind of do want to develop 2 bodies next turn. And I'm just gonna save the Sengoku in hand. Oh, they play Teach. Okay. Because they chose, well, I don't know. It's some strange choices there. Okay, they get out Jinbei and Boa, so this will be an 8,000 attack, which we'll just take. Yeah, we'll take that. Not a big deal. Oh, we get a Law, and Law is so good in this matchup. Okay. We'll have enough Dawn to do what I want to do. So we'll Law, bouncing Perona and Boa. And then we'll go 5,000 into the Eugene Bay. And if they counter out, we'll go 7,000 into the Gene Bay. Do leader effect, get Boa. We already knew what that looked like. And we'll just put an extra Dawn there. They'll just block, which is fine. Honestly, they're not really pressuring us. I'm attacking with the Boa. They can give us the buggy. Yep, we'll pass. If they have pudding here, that's not the best, but it's okay. Okay, they gravity blade us. That's fine. I'll protect the Gene Bay. They got 5 at us. I mean, I'll still counter out. They do Teach's effect. They're really going down in hand size. We're kind of punishing them for doing so. I guess I should have mentioned that earlier in the video. Is that yeah, Teach is good, but I actually don't necessarily like that card very much. They go 8 to 5. I mean, I have a 2K, but I'm not gonna counter out of that. It's too much. All right. Here I can, let's see. Uh, I can play out whatever, um, and then I can Jozu. So that's probably what I'll do. We'll go 7 at Boa. Get out Jinbei. Play another Boa. Okay. We'll put Moria on. Well, no. Yeah, this is fine. The order that it was. I'll just put another Dawn on leader so that Boa is likely dead. Let's see. I mean, I do want a Jozu. However, I do also want to get rid of this Jinbei. And I don't want to return it to their hand. I could make them replay the Teach, I guess. Eh, let's just do it. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. Return Law, return your Teach. I'll pass. So, I mean, I think we've been pretty comfortably in the driver's seat this whole game. I don't know necessarily what they have at this point, but I know if they keep having to use teach, it's not good for card advantage. Put a Don on Sengoku. Might have been a misclick. No, it's not. See what happens here. Okay, you're going 6,000, presumably at us, maybe at Jinbei, not sure. Oh, okay. I mean, whatever this is, we'll just probably block with Boa. Oh, okay. They're gonna get rid of both of our characters. Okay. I mean, it's really not the end of the world. Okay. And we know Gecko is in our trash. So we will put 2 Don, 1 leader, use the effects, and we'll get a Jinbei back. Okay. And then we'll do Jinbei and the Boa. We will draw the 2K and then be able to play the Weevil next turn. Put a Dawn on Josu. I know he's not 7 Warlords. I keep forgetting that. Well, before I play the Dofi, I'll just attack for 7. We do need to start chipping away, but I don't want to give them a bunch of cards. And then I'll play the Dofi. Okay, so we have to think about next turn we'll draw this, and then whatever's after Weevil, we also draw. So we'll make it um Mihawk, and then for turn we'll draw the Perona. Yeah, it seems fine. Pass. Now a Gravity Blade's not even gonna be that bad. We have 4 decent bodies and 1 blocker. Being the Doflamingo. Although Bo's also a blocker. I'm actually going to move this window down in case anyone needs to read cards. My bad. Will they play Sengoku, getting Mihawk? Okay. And they hard play a Weevil. It's fine. And we still have the law from before. So we can use that as like pseudo removal, tempo, whatever. They get a Jinbei from the trash. And then presumably they're going to use Teach. Yeah. That's fine. They'll go 7 at Moria. Get Jinbei. Maybe they have a law here. That'd be pretty good. Okay, blocker Doflamingo. That's also fine. Alright, they're rearranging. We're just going to block with the Doflamingo. That's precisely why we play it. Alright. Okay, let's think here. Let's just go. It's a Weevil, that's what's on top. Okay. Honestly, we'll just split the Dawn and call it a day, probably. So, 7, and then draw with Weevil. We'll just put them under an immense amount of pressure. They block. It's fine. 7 with Jozu into Jinbei. And then let's see. Go. Oh, I do want to have 4 Dawn remaining and to probably leave Boa up. So we'll just go 6, 7. We'll play over the Weevil probably. So that we can play Law, bouncing Gecko and Weevil. Just so we can get that recursion. So that's what we'll do. Or, well, yeah, no, there's nothing in hand that I like have to play right now. Go ahead. It also makes it so the Moria just can't be attacked for free. So they Red Rock, Boa, okay. Probably could have done Josu, but I guess they have the option to attack Josu. I have plenty of counter though, unless they have pudding here. Like they're not really going to be able to do much. All right, and they're not going to have pudding. 7,000. We will counter, so we'll go 2 and a 1, and then they'll probably stack all their. Oh no, they don't stack all their Dawn. Okay, we'll just go 1. I haven't really needed Sengoku in this particular game, just because we've had really good stacking effects. So that's kind of the duality of running Sengoku. Sometimes he's really good, sometimes you don't need him and you can just counter. Not a big deal. Okay. I am kind of forgetting what's on top, so I'm just gonna look. Okay. We do want to play Gecko for sure. And then we'll get a Buggy and then play a Weevil. That seems good. We'll play well, let's attack and do that sort of thing first. They have 2 cards in hand, 1 blocker. Eh, let's just go for game. 7 with Jozu. Okay. 7 with Jinbei. 7 with Law. And then we'll stack all but 1 on Dofi. Uses effect. And just in case, we'll get a 2K. But I don't think they have it. They don't. Good game. And that is, that's that. So I think in this scenario, you can see that Teach is a good card, but they kind of fell into the trap of using it every turn. And I don't think that's correct. I think you can use Teach if you're on Teach probably about twice in a game and be okay, but any more after that and you would just lose out on card advantage as you saw with our opponent. Granted, our builds differed a slight bit. They're on Red Rock and I'm not, so it is what it is, but we'll go into the next game. This time we're against Purple Luffy. We are going to opt to go first. That being said, we'll mulligan. This seems fine. It's not the strongest, and depending on our draw, that'll kind of determine what happens, but we'll pass. Not a big deal. Alright, there we'll draw. I could do buggy, but honestly I just prefer do a blind ability. Yep, that's fine. Just play out a body. It works for me. And if they don't have the counter, they'll take this. And then more than likely they will use ramp effects. We'll see though. And I've gone over Purple Luffy, but he just takes a life if your Don's at 3 or more, or at 0. You take the top life, add it to your hand, and you get an active Don. I guess they bond Clay. That's fine. 7 into our character. Let's think here. I'm definitely gonna pudding them. That's for sure. Let's. I don't know. I kind of just want to keep on the gas, so we'll counter out. All right, we will go ahead and pudding because that's 3 cards, and then we'll go 5,000, 6,000. Okay, 6,000. They can either block this or, because who knows if they got any 2Ks out of the pudding. That was pretty brutal, honestly. And then next turn we can Jozu, and like let's say they had like a big hand again, which it's possible they could accumulate more cards. We could Jozu, bounce the pudding, and then play it again, which is pretty gnarly for them. We'll let the law go this time. I feel like we've got sufficient pressure on them because they are down to 2 life. We'll definitely take this. We want some cards back. Alright, Luffy Taro, the Sangoro, or Onami maybe. Zorajiro, okay. And they reveal another Luffy Taro. Means you're light on counter though. Okay. In this case, Jozu's not too bad. However, we do have a Gravity Blade, but it would only hit Bon Clay and Zorojiro, and that taps us out. I think the best play is going to be Jozu, personally. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll attack into Bon Clay. Okay. We'll go 6,000 to life. And the 2K. And then we'll just play Jozu, pick up the pudding, bounces Zorojiro, pass. They definitely do not have as much pressure on us as they would like. Yeah, they can only attack into us, not any of our characters, so 8,000. So they could have the Trafalgar Law, but I'm gonna force them to have it because they already played one. I mean, countered out with one, I should say. 7,000 at us. We'll counter out of this one though. They probably won't be leader affecting anytime soon, so we'll just go 2-1 with the puddings. I mean, we already used it, and we got to counter with it because of Jozu, which is really good. They're playing out the same Zorajiro that we bounced back, I'm sure. And they got another Luffy Taro. Okay. I'm just going to keep, putting the pressure on, and should be enough. We'll go. Let's see what Perona finds us. Okay. I think Boa is pretty good. We definitely don't want Kaido, and we don't want Grab Blade. So it'll be play, draw, play. That's fine. Okay. I mean, we're definitely going 7 to face. We know that much. And then 7 to face again. Hopefully put them at 0. And I'll play Dofi. Should be okay. Okay, they don't go to 0. And that's fine. I mean, I kind of want to play the Moria. And pick up, I could do Moria. Pick up Law. Play Law. Bounce Perona, bounce Sorojiro. That's actually a pretty good line. That's better than what we have on top of our deck. I'll do it. Pick up Law. Play Law. Bounce, bounce, and then go 5. They can take it or not take it, it's fine. We have 2 characters. And it's not, I don't think Purple Luffy, at least most variants are playing like heavy removal. It's usually just like Kaido and the 9-cost Linlin. Oh, they have no counter. They just kind of rage quit. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Magellan does not much into us, really. Because it can just get gravity bladed, or if a variant's on Red Rock. Yeah, I think the pudding kind of just paved the way to win that game, and that's why we play it. But 2 copies is fine. Any more would be kind of cloggy, but that's kind of the Purple Luffy match in a nutshell. We'll go on to the next game. We're against Whitebeard. It's an interesting one. I guess with the starter, they do get some nice stuff. We'll mulligan this hand though. Yeah, this seems good. We'll pass. Our opponent commenting on the relevance of the deck. We'll just go for a blind effect. I want to pressure him anyway. That's fine. They play Fosa and just block with it, which is fine. Okay, that's probably not good for them. Oh well. I'll probably just Jinbei into this Dofi. Yeah, it's fine, but we'll just go ahead and attack for 6 in case there's a trigger. We'll just chip away at their cards in hand. Well, actually, I should be playing more into the pudding route, but it's okay. We'll put Sengoku on top and just kind of stack like this, but may actually end up playing the Sengoku, I'm not sure. I know I'm definitely not playing Kaido this game. At least probably not. Whitebeard likes to kind of aggro you down. They go 6 at us. We'll counter this one. Because they may have the ace. Yeah, figured. Let's go ahead and block this one too. Okay. I will definitely be doing leader effects here in a minute. They're at 8 cards in hand. Yeah, seems like a good time to put in. So I will. Then I'll go 7 into this ace. And then leave it as such. And then we'll actually just we'll make it 8. So he can give me 3k. Yeah, I was gonna say it's unlikely. Alright. I think they're on 8 Dawn. They can play Silver's Rayleigh or Ace. Yeah, that's reasonable, I guess. Um, that into Boa. That makes sense. We're not countering, and we'll take the life. Yeah, no big deal. Alright. We'll play. Well, Jozu doesn't particularly do anything. I think here we'll do a Sengoku search. We'll get Boa. That seems pretty good. And honestly, I'm probably okay with searching again. Get Jinbei. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay. We will Jinbei and a Boa playing over a Sengoku. Okay. Then we'll play, draw, play. Yeah, sounds good. We'll put a Dawn on Jinbei so you can attack leader. We'll go. We'll just go. Yeah, I mean, we'll go 7 at lead, usability, and play over that to get a 2k. Okay, they counter, and we'll attack for 6. Sounds good. Pass. It's not looking amazing for them. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, honestly, I'll just block and 2k is fine. And then you can attack one of my characters or me. Not a big deal. Yeah, I'll let the Boa go. It's no big deal. Did her job. I could drop the Kaido here. There's some merit to that, but I mean, he's also down to 4 cards, 2 life. Let's see. I could pick up another Boa from Moria. Honestly, that's probably fine. Alright, then I will play over the pudding. We'll do Weevil, draw. Well, we'll technically be drawing that Weevil too. That's okay. So, we'll just attack. We'll play over Amoria is fine. Okay, we will pass. We have 1 blocker, so we're not in huge trouble. I mean, they'll probably play something like a Rayleigh or another Newgate, but you know, so be it. Block 2k like last time. Another ace would be pretty good. They could just okay. They have dragon, but if they don't go for my characters, then they probably die next turn. Probably. You got 8,000 at us. We'll take. I'm not that scared to go low. Not really. And it's not like that new gate can destroy anything. So we can go up to 8. So he's like threatening Rad Beam, I guess. So we can go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because I mean we just need to go for game. Yeah. We'll counter out. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. It's fine, because they're actually going to go down to 1 life, which helps our case here. Alright. We'll make them burn at least a 2k with our 6k bodies, and then we'll go in with everything else. We should just have the math, but we'll see. Okay. I'm just going to keep going 7 until otherwise. I mean, if they have a handful of 2Ks or rad beams, then, so be it. Okay. So, the last 2. Okay. I mean, I think splitting it 7-7 is probably correct. Then we win. Alright. They just got mathed out. Got a little scary at the end there, actually, with all the big bodies, but honestly, I just kind of ignored everything and just spammed out the board. Just kind of what you want to do here. Let's see what all they saw. They had 3 2Ks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, they kind of just folded the pudding. And I mean, Newgate can't really help that though, because that's intrinsically what the deck has always done, is just have a huge hand and then just try to hold rad beams and 2Ks in the end game. But regardless, we'll go into one last game and then we'll call it at that. All right. Our last game is against Jewelry Bonnie. They choose to go second. This is a really good hand. We'll keep this. We'll play Perona. Okay. These choices actually aren't great. This will be one of the few times I think I'm okay with doing bottom. We'll pass. Perona can be good. Excuse me. The pudding can be good here. However, I don't think it's like it was going to be insane, so no big deal. We'll just attack into the searcher. I'm okay with going for a blind effect. If it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's Gravity Blade. That's fine. We'll pass. I mean, I suppose playing the blocker is fine, but it's not the end of the world, like I said. It is kind of unfortunate that they know we have the Gravity Blade now, but they also don't know that we'll have 2 of them. Okay. I'm just going to attack for 6 and then play out Jinbei Weevil. And then you can activate your leader effect and rest Verona and whatever. Jinbei Weevil, pass. I'm just going to keep going. Face. Because I assume they're going to be setting up a Eustace Captain Kid. But we'll see what happens. We'll counter out of this one. They play Rosinante, 2 Rosinantes. Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and Gravity Blade. We'll go 6. It's fine. And then 5. Alright, we'll pass. Now they can either Eustace Captain Kid or Rosinante. Either would be pretty good. 5 at Jinbei. No, I'd rather you didn't. Cody Jones. Okay. That wasn't on my bingo card. We will counter out because they are feeling the pressure. Okay. Let's do okay, we'll actually have to attack with leader if you want to do that. Actually, we'll make some of these choices pretty hard for them. We'll do... Jinbei is really good. We do want that. We can... Actually, we can manipulate it in a way to where we play Weevil, we draw into the Jinbei. That's pretty good. And then we'll draw Sengoku and have Gecko. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. We will leader effects, get the Jinbei. Yeah, now it's a tough choice for them. Because I'm just gonna put these 3 down on Perona and attack as well. Okay, they counter out with a the original starter deck beige. It's kinda interesting. 5. And we'll go 5 one more time. Okay, pass. If we get him down to 0, we can try to dig for Perfume Femur. I can't remember if we bottomed it already, but it's okay if we did. I'm definitely countering out. I'll block whatever he attacks with Hody. Yeah. I could play, yeah, Rosie. That makes sense. I mean, Doflamingo. Okay. I'll actually just do the search with Sengoku. We'll get Gecko. Rearrange like so. Okay. They only have 5 cards in hand, and they've used 2 2Ks and a 0 cost event. Let's see. We have 9 Dawn, 2 characters in hand, but they have no risk of, like, we don't just lose immediately. We'll go. Let's see, that'll use 3. That'll leave us with 6. So I can go 5/7. I think that's probably okay. Yep. They had to use a 2K counter for that. That's interesting. 7. They know if they take this, they're in trouble. Yeah. They counter out with a 2K. Okay. Alright. I will Jinbei into Gecko and get we'll just get a 2K. We'll pass. They're in a lot of trouble. They do Bonnie, probably searching for a Captain Kid maybe. Even so, they don't have many cards in hand. If they have more life to play with, it'd be a little different. But I feel like they had to take a lot of damage this game. Yeah, I'll counter out. I mean, I'm not going to give them anything for free. Yep. And presumably, yep. What do they play here? Basil? Okay. So I can play the Grab Blade, and it'll force out the Hawkins effect, but it'll be able to rest something, so that's not worth it really. Okay. So I'll throw out 1 attack for 7 with leader, because I don't want them to rest that, and we'll potentially get... Actually, I should Perona. Okay, this isn't good, like, at all, really. I mean, I guess I could get Mihawk in case it doesn't work out. Honestly, I'm just going to take my chances. I'm okay with that. 7, use effect, it's a Kaido. That's really bad. They should not have many cards in hand. But, yeah, I don't know. They have to play around Perfume Femur here, I think. Okay, they arrested Jinbei. And then if they take this, I split my Don evenly, 8-8. Okay, that's exactly what we'll do. Force you to have it. I mean, if you can counter out of this, then so be it, but they didn't. They had exactly 8. So that's pretty much perfect math. Excellent. All right. That was our last game. And then we'll go to the deck wrap up. I'll talk about some of the selections and how the games went, and we'll go from there. So, as you can see, this is why I really like Dofi. It's a flexible deck with a lot of interesting decisions when it comes to deck building. Obviously, you can't go too crazy because you have to stay within the Warlord archetype for the most part. And then you play some support cards like um, you can play Perona, you can play Teach, you could play Jozu, options and approaches that you can do. You can also mess with like different ratios and such. Um, the only thing I would consider changing possibly is Kaido. It's kind of a flex spot, I would say. Um, and if I did remove it, I would consider putting in one more pudding. But I think that's the only choice, like deck building choice that I would change. I like this list a lot. And as you guys saw in the ranked gameplay, um, it went pretty well for the most part. I mean, I do think player skill has agency in this game because of course it does, but also a lot of the outcomes of your games are based on your deck building choices, and consistency is one of the big things. And I would say this deck is very consistent. I mean, you have a searcher that's a 1 cost, being Sengoku, and then you have a 1 cost rearrange character in Perona. So I just think this deck is very consistent and can execute on its game plan pretty much every game without fail. A lot of the other decks in the game. However, sometimes they can feel gimmicky and or awkward, like they don't have all the pieces they need, like they just haven't been released, and it just kind of feels like you fumble around sometimes. With Dofi, you can have a generally good time. You're not doing anything like super degenerate. I mean, you are spamming a bunch of bodies out on the board every turn, and you have some solid removal in the form of Gravity Blade, and then like soft removal with Law and Jozu. But I mean, to me, it's a fair deck for the most part. The most unfair card you play really is in the Warlords package is Boa, but in general, Pudding is probably the most unfair card in the deck, and it's not a Warlord card. It's just a generic blue card. Perfume Fumer is also pretty strong, but I think it's at a fair cost. I mean, like 2 Dawn to give something like unblockable is strong and fair cost, like fairly costed, I should say. But overall, that's Doflamingo. If you guys like the ranked game content, I'm willing to do more games, probably with Dofi, but I could also do some other decks. They'll have to be a little bit more potent, like Dofi. I don't necessarily want to play some of the more off meta options in ranked unless I'm very confident with the list and I have several reps with it. But you guys let me know if you want to see more content like this. I'm really appreciative. You guys have done some great things. I just started the channel, about a month ago or so, and we're already at about 2,000 views. The subscribers they're starting to tick up. It's getting there. I'm pretty satisfied with the progress, and I think it's been a good time. So I appreciate all the support. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. Leave a comment with any suggestions or what you did like, what you didn't like. It's all fair game to me. But otherwise, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time.